Ei pessoal, beleza? Bom, hoje tô aqui para mais um vídeo da série de Genshin Impact. Vamos continuar, né? Se você quiser ver, né? Se você quiser ver essa série desde o início, eu vou deixar um card aqui em cima. E, se puder, se inscrever no canal e ativar o sininho, ajuda demais. Pois é pessoal, tô tendo que gravar esse vídeo logo na sequência do outro. Tô gravando, acabei de gravar o outro há 5 minutos atrás, tá bom? Que no dia de amanhã não vou conseguir gravar. É para não ficar sem vídeo. Tô gravando agora, tá bom? Estamos aqui na missão do Wriothesley, né? Renascido na terra do sofrimento. Uma oportunidade de renascimento. Entregue o chapéu. Você e Paimon chegam ao dormitório e ouvem alguém pedindo ajuda dentro de uma caixa. Acontece que ele precisava de ajuda para procurar pelo seu chapéu, que segundo ele é algo muito importante. Você decide procurar por ele pelas redondezas. Não achamos o chapéu, acabamos comprando um chapéu para ele. Vamos ver se essa loucura vai dar certo. Vamos ver.
You did? Oh, Archon, you just saved my life.
Wait, so you're not actually bald? You've got such a full head of hair, too!
I mean, I told you that there had been a misunderstanding. This has no... Wait, this isn't my hat.
Não é o seu chapéu, cara.
Well, we got you a new one. We tried really hard to look for your hat, but no
Outra pessoa deu pra gente.
Ah, I see. Thank you so much. I'm really...
Does it have some kind of sentimental value?
Ele escondeu alguma coisa no chapéu. Quer ver?
But,
Escondeu alguma coisa. Ó.
sorry, I can't explain at the moment. Time...
If you're looking for a hat, I just picked one up over here. Is it yours?
Your Grace!
Oh, hey, Wriothesley! It's been a while!
Well, it's a slow day today, so I decided to go for a little stroll. Even if your workspace isn't cramped, it's still good. I'll say, I'm not at all surprised to find the two of you here. You never could turn down someone's request for help.
É isso aí mesmo?
It's what good adventurers do, after all.
Is that so? Maybe I should consider asking the Adventurers Guild to open a... As I recall, these hats are very important to members of the Beret Society. Best you avoid misplacing it again. You might not have the same luck next time.
Understood. Then I'll be off.
Esquisito,
What a
hein?
strange guy.
É.
Why did he care so much about... Oh, and has he done something wrong? When he saw you, it was as if he...
Oh, not at all. In fact, members of the Beret Society are model prisoners. They work hard and never get into trouble. They've saved me a lot of work, in fact. As for him, I'd guess he's just more of an introvert. It's not unusual for the more shy prisoners to freak out.
Huh? Shy? There are prisoners who are...
Prisoners are still people, after all. There are as many crimes and motives as there are. The idea of the criminal as a selfish, heartless brute is just a stereotype. Such labels could never capture the complexity. What kind of a person a prisoner may be and why they've committed a crime. We'd never know these things if they don't share their story with us.
Huh. You've got a point. Anyway, it's all good as long as it makes sense to you.
O que é a Sociedade da Boina?
Although most of the societies here will just turn individual brawl, the Beret Society does appear to be an exception, and it's instead trying to experiment with... If you have some time, why don't we grab something at the coupon cafeteria? It'll give us time to catch... And if you're still interested in the Berets after that, I can take you to their usual gathering.
Paimon's not the biggest fan of that cafeteria, but if
Bora.
All right then, please follow me.
E o pessoal da Boina tá tramando alguma coisa. Esse pessoal da Boina, pelo menos aquele cara ali, né? Meio estranho.
Welcome, Your Grace, and the Traveler. Would you like 3 orders of today? Unfortunately, we weren't informed of your visit in advance, so we didn't prepare any super...
I'll pass on the food then. What about you?
Eu tô de boa.
Then Paimon will also pass. Paimon will save her stomach for
What a pity. It would seem that none of us can properly...
Then I must beg your grace to find me some more ingredients, so I can come. If you're not in the mood to eat, I can get you some drinks. We just got some great shipment.
Yes, please? Huh. Paimon didn't know you could get non-welfare stuff at this place.
It's not for everyone. Think of it as a special
Oh, now that's what Paimon likes to hear. And that...
2 bottles coming right up.
Depois de tempo,
Our first
Wesley.
meeting took place on short notice, and we were both swamped by everything that happened after, so there was no time for more casual chit-chat. I'm actually quite fond of stories, you know. Of course, the others have already told me a lot about your deeds in Fontaine, but I'd love to hear it straight from the source.
Whoa. That'd be quite the long story.
lutamos com os residentes pelo bem da justiça. Ainda estou tentando aprender mais sobre Fontaine.
Impressive. Not all who possess the courage to risk their life for their ideals also have the strength to make it out. Had you not possessed these remarkable qualities, I probably wouldn't have had the chance to make your acquaintance in the first...
Paimon gets the sense that you're trying... That guy we talked to earlier was obviously trying to get us to put in a good word for him, but you're the Duke, right?
Well, after all, you did help the fortress and I maintain our autonomy. Is it so strange that I would want to give a few words of praise out of genuine admiration?
Cara, valeu. É porque você nunca fala de si.
So this is a matter of trust. Which is unfortunate, since I don't have nearly as interesting of a story to offer about myself. I was convicted and sent here at an early age. I only became the top dog after spending a long time figuring out its inner workings. Power and control come in many forms. Some fair and ethical, others less so. And since we're all sinners here, the victor calls the shots, no matter how they manage to get to the top. So, what do you think? Didn't put you much more at ease, now did it?
Kinda. You're really different.
I'm perfectly aware of that too. But even so, that doesn't make me think any less of you. I would very much like to maintain friendly relations with you two.
Devo agradecer pela generosidade, mas...
Your Grace, after following your instructions, we were able to find a box of undeclared contraband in the latest ship. They were extremely well hidden, and we've confirmed that the senders have been using this method to smuggle goods for a while. We're trying to...
Got it. Leave the box here and contact me immediately if you make any progress.
Yes, Your Grace.
Sorry, I'd almost completely forgotten about this.
She mentioned something about contraband. Are they like...
Not necessarily. The term is just applied to things people want to bring in on the sly. Many people here are experts at pulling rabbits out of the most ordinary hats. So we have to examine everything. Now, what do we have here? It's...
Whoa. This is certainly a box of curiosities. Mora, snacks, yarn, balls, ropes. Wait, if you've confiscated this entire box, then does that mean all of this
Yep. We can't just send them back up now.
What? But that's just insane profit! Traveler, why don't you become a duke as well?
Então eu serei o Duque.
It's only been a couple minutes since we agreed to continue friendly relations with each other, and you're already planning to
É isso aí,
overthrow
cara.
me? Jokes aside, I didn't know you'd be so interested in this box. How about this then? You can pick anything you want from it. Consider it a gift from me.
Ô, louco. Ah, muito obrigado, hein?
Really? You'll let Paimon pick anything? No takebacks. Paimon will have you know that she's got a real good eye for treasure.
I never joke about things like this.
Alright, Paimon's gonna have a look. Paimon wants... this one. This dark, sparkly gem. You just know it must be worth a ton of Mora.
Eu não sei se pegaria isso não, mas enfim. Meio estranho isso aí, hein? Vamos ver.
Actually, never mind. Paimon doesn't want this gem anymore. Can Paimon pick something else instead?
Não está se sentindo bem?
There's something weird about this gem. Paimon remembered Paimon couldn't even tune them out. It's as if the gem was just drawing them out of...
Is that so? Let me give it a try. Paimon's right. I too experienced some unpleasant flashbacks.
Deixe-me
Are you
tentar.
sure? I wouldn't exactly call it fun.
Minha constituição é um pouco diferente da de todo mundo.
Fair enough. Go ahead. I don't think it'll have a permanent.
Ô louco.
Are you okay, Traveler? You also saw something, right?
A gente viu nossa irmã quebrando o espelho e a gente viu um cara ajoelhado. Que eu acho que era lá naquela estátua. Enfim. Revivi umas memórias bem
I'll
inesquecíveis.
take this gem then and run a thorough investigation on its properties. Paimon.
Then, actually, never mind. Paimon's gonna pass. Paimon was thinking
O
about
seguro morreu de
velho.
velho.
You do have a point. In that case, we should destroy the entire box and all of it. Seems like we're almost done with our drinks, too. Let's go check out the Society's gathering place. I can introduce you, and we can also continue our conversation while we're at it.
Wait, are you this free every day or something?
Just noticed? I wasn't exactly busy the first time we met either.
Valeu, Quimera. Valeu. Com certeza vou pedir ajuda, tá bom? É nóis. Vá para o local da reunião. É aqui, ó. Esse aqui é o pessoal da boina, né? Vou ver. Todo mundo de boina. Cadê o cara esquisito?
We are honored by your visit, Your Grace. All of us at the Society. Are these your two guests?
Let me introduce you to them. Traveler, this is Dugier, the head of the Beret Society. Members can find all sorts of drinks and snacks here, as well as a large variety of books and other resources. Every once in a while, the Society will also host activities and seminars, which are always well attended.
You flatter me, Your Grace. All we did was set up an organization in the same way as you would in the world above. It's so easy to feel lonely and helpless when you arrive here for the first time. I remember that feeling all too well. None of us, but that's when the thought came to me. If we could help everyone turn over a new leaf, they would no longer have to lead. Thus, it was with your help that I founded the...
Oh, so you were also involved with this rise?
My part in this was minimal. All I did was follow procedure, and I'm sure you have a very good sense of what this place is about by now. As you know, not everyone takes their sentence seriously. For some, this is just another place where they can eat, breathe, and sleep. But the Society is a great place for those who wish to turn things around.
Exactly right. Here, we keep an eye on each other and remind each other of our goals. Everyone can focus on rehabilitation. Our operations are entirely funded by members' donated goods and credit coupons.
Who knew you could find such a place in the Fortress of Mirapede? Oh, right, and what's the deal with the hats?
There's nothing deep about it. I just felt like we needed some... If our members felt joy and pride from being a part of this group, then the hats would become a point of pride. And when we're together, we will feel a sense of community from seeing everyone's hats. Optimism, community, hard work, and a desire for a new life. I hope this hat will show everyone everything we have been working towards.
In other words, that hat has come to represent something like a model citizen, which also helps them recruit new members.
Once again, you are exactly right, Your Grace. That's a part of our goal as well. I'll ask the members to get us some drinks. Please, wait here just one moment. Feel free to look around too, if you want to learn more about us.
Ele disse que estavam esperando já faz um tempo.
Oh, right. What happened to your slow day, Rock?
Seems like I shouldn't underestimate an adventurer's keen sense of observation. I'll bear that. Kidding, of course. We're just discussing some small matters. It shouldn't take. We've also already gone over the organization's vision. Instead of listening to me try to explain some more, maybe it'd be...
Tá bom. É nóis.
Why does Paimon feel like he didn't answer the question at all?
Não custa nada dar uma olhada.
Yeah, they're supposed to be like the model prisoners, right? So this...
Converse com os membros da Sociedade da Boina. Rigas. Ei, cara.
Hey, you there, newbie.
Hello.
Yep, I'm talking to you. Now, why don't you follow my lead and take a deep breath before letting everything out like this? Ha!
Isso foi muito alto.
That's how I pump myself up every day. A lot of my friends, with one shout, you can release all the fatigue, resentment, and unpleasantness from your lungs and return to the day
Você
with
também
all the
consegue ficar
optimism
rouco
in the world.
fazendo
You
isso.
also give it a try, huh? I promise. Feeling shy? That's all right. Just remember to take a deep breath and let it all out if you...
Você é esquisito. Bracelete.
Welcome to our gathering place. Is there anything you'd like me to explain?
Oh, it's okay. We're just taking a look around.
Você se parece bastante com uma guia meluzinho. Você se parece com um vendedor de loja.
Well, that's not a bad comparison. It is my job to explain our amenities and benefits to our latest members.
Tá calor.
I'm sure Mr. Dugier has already explained some of it, but allow me to fill you in some more.
Fala aí.
Besides this space, which our members use to rest and relax, we also have an entertainment room, a fitness room, and a self-study room. These rooms are open to all of our members. We want everyone to be able to use their free time to the fullest.
Wow, that's pretty cool. Do you have a restaurant too? If you did, you also wouldn't have to eat at the big cafeteria anymore.
Unfortunately, we don't. For matters like that, we still have to rely on His grace. We started a collaboration with the cafeteria a while back, though, so they'll let us borrow their kitchen to do some simple research into recipes and cooking.
Você realmente pensou em tudo.
Yeah, Paimon can definitely see how it'd be easier to live your life if you had all this.
Yep, and that's exactly why Mr. Dugier founded... We all think we made the correct choice to join him.
Bumir. Fala comigo.
Hey, what are you doing over here?
Oh, hello. You are guests of the Duke, are you not? I'm organizing the book. We've got some classics, as well as a few books that the members published themselves.
Existem escritores na sociedade?
Yeah, most of them are writing diaries or autobiographies on their time in the... Some quit drinking. Some learned to tailor. Some became real good at calligraphy. And even I've learned to use a camera. We find it kind of funny. You see, had we managed to stay above ground, none of us would have ever had the time to learn any...
It's because you all have a lot more free time now.
Not only that, but we've also now got the mental space to think about taking on new things. Before we came here, we were constantly exhausted just with how the Duke and Mr. Dugier have organized our lives down here, though. All we need to do is think about the things you never know what you may be good at until you give it a try. And while you're here, no matter what you do, you won't get judged for it. After all, there's no need to conform to societal expectations when you're already in...
So this is something like a safe space.
Yeah, that's exactly right. After all, not everyone is good at fighting, or have the physical strength to do hard labor. The society... And that's it! I just finished organizing this shelf as well, so feel free to check it out if you want. Just remember to put the books back...
Don't worry, we will.
Vamos então.
Alright, we've talked to everybody. It sure sounds like they're... That would explain why Wriothesley only had good things to say about... Huh. It looks like they're starting to wrap up their conversation.
Of course, Your Grace. I will attend to those matters.
Okay, then I don't have anything else to add. Oh, you're back. What did you think about this place? Now, note that your opinion will also affect my review of Dugier and...
Wait, I didn't know they were also a part of the evaluation. It's all right with me, though. I'm pretty confident.
Paimon thinks it's dumping. Anyone expected you to get a society going here of all places.
Parece tudo bem superficialmente.
Yeah, you're right. By themselves, our resources...
The prisoners here all have very different personality. Our needs are like violent beasts. If we can't face them properly, they'll grow restless and enraged, causing pain and conflict. But if we can placate them, they lose their fangs, and they can even be converted into fuel for far nobler pursuits. Which is why, in my opinion, learning to reconcile with oneself is the first step on the path to redemption.
You've hit the nail on the head, Your Grace. Before I founded the Society, I had met too many people who could not come to terms with themselves. And I'm sure that a part of your support is rooted in your desire to help those people find their way.
And Paimon thought everyone was enjoying life just fine, working and fighting.
Of course, that lifestyle is more than enough for some people in the fortress. For others, though, they would just be useless distractions.
Speaking of fighting, I'm not sure if you knew this, but even His Grace sometimes fights in the...
What? You fight in the ring too? Wearing those high-tech boxing?
Oh, I almost never need them.
Então, ao invés... Ó o cara aí, ó. Suspeito. É.
Hey, isn't that the guy who lost his hat? Did you come here to relax? What's wrong? Did you forget about us already?
O povo sabe de alguma coisa, esse cara aí.
Are you feeling all right? You are looking a little...
No, I'm fine. Thank you for helping me get my hat back. I'm sorry, but...
He's still as weird as before.
Dugier, do you know what's up with him?
I'm also not too sure about that. As far as I recall, he's always been a little strange, but after all, it's my responsibility as the leader to make sure that no one falls through the cracks.
We'll leave him to you then. Where were we before we got sidetracked?
Algo sobre luva de boxe.
Oh, right, about that. You might have thought that I was joking, but in a place like that, everyone will use everything in their power to win. And when emotions run high, things often spiral out of control. That would be when I need to pull out my gloves to maintain order. Sometimes you might need more than just gloves as well. This pair of handcuffs has also come in handy quite a number of times. Oops.
Oh, isn't that awful gem? You're still carrying it with you?
Yeah, I kept it on me because of its special qualities. It won't affect me as long as I don't let it
Go on, you guys. Pick up the item for His Grace, would you?
E vão lembrar de coisa ruim.
Yes, right away.
That gem shines with quite the dazzling light. I hope it hasn't been damaged. Your Grace, please let me know if there's something wrong with it now.
It still looks good to me. Say, Dugier.
Never, Your Grace. Don't think I've ever been rich enough to afford.
I guess that's fair. We've already gone over most of the things that I wanted to talk about, so let's wrap up for the day. The Traveler also has some other plans.
Got it, Your Grace. Take care, everyone. I'll take you to the exit. Traveler, Paimon, it was an honor. I'm sure everyone would love it if you were to visit again. And that goes for you as well, Your Grace.
Acho que ele jogou a pedra no chão de propósito.
Paimon doesn't think we made any plans for the rest of the day. What?
Well, what's your opinion of the Society now that you've taken a look around their headquarters?
Paimon thinks it's pretty chill. Weren't you complimenting them the entire time as well? Paimon doesn't remember exactly what you said, but wasn't it something along the lines of encouraging people? There's only one potential problem. If the Society does too good a job managing and rehabilitating its members, you may be soon out of a job.
É verdade.
That is certain. But at this point in time, they're still reducing my workload by managing and rehabilitating prisoners in my stead. I wanted to see just how much they've managed to accomplish, and also get a sense of Dugier's plans for the... I arranged for a meeting out of curiosity, but then I noticed some faint hints of dissonance.
Dissonance?
I'm sure the Traveler has sensed it too.
Mas há algo estranho naquele
As
lugar.
expected, you also picked up on it. The whole truth is a bit complicated, so I'll explain everything to you later. I can't tell... I'd hoped to take care of it in secret, but now confrontation may no longer be avoidable. It's hard to predict what might happen next.
You
Why don't you take this opportunity to check back on the gathering place? Just tell them you left something of yours there by accident. If my hypothesis is correct, Dugier should already have left. And with his watchful eye removed, you may well get a very different reception.
Can't you just tell us exactly what to expect?
I'm just following the most popular playbook in Fontaine. Investigate, obtain evidence, and then... It's been so long since I got to watch a performance at Opera Epiclese that I've even begun to miss it.
Vou confiar em você.
I'll explain everything to you later. But right now, we need to find out what you can from them now while they're all in one place.
Então eu vou lá sem o Duque para ver se o comportamento deles vai ser diferente. Se com o Duque é um comportamento ou sem o Duque é outro. Vamos ver. Vamos ver o que vai acontecer. Voltei, gente. Sem o Duque.
It's just as Wriothesley said. Seems like Dugier is... You said you felt there was something off about this place, right? So Paimon will do her best to help.
Vamos tentar iniciar uma conversa. Vamos ver se o comportamento vai ser diferente.
Wait, you guys are...
We're really sorry. We just realized that we lost something and we figured...
Oh, okay.
Vocês viram uma garrafa de vidro?
Nobody?
Era do tamanho da minha mão.
It's okay. There's no need to be nervous. It's not like we lost a whole bag of... We'll just look for it ourselves if none of you caught a glimpse of it.
I'll go find Mr. Dugier.
No need. We're just looking for something. Why does he have to know?
Parece que todos eles estão aterrorizados com algo.
We can look around for it, yeah?
Pare com os membros da sociedade. Cara, que doideira é essa?
Hey, big guy.
What do you want?
Isn't this how you greeted us earlier? Take a deep breath.
Oh yeah, that's right. You sure are a fast learner.
Onde foi seu otimismo?
I ate something earlier, so I'm falling into a bit of a food coma. And you're looking for something, you said? I didn't see it.
Esquisito, hein?
Hey, hello?
Hello? How can I help you?
Pode nos dar aquela explicação de novo?
The Beret Society offers a variety of resources and benefits to its members, and, I mean, you've...
You don't know...
Sorry, that's not what I meant. It's just...
Talvez sem a presença do líder, eles não podem falar muito. Pode ser.
Are you still organizing the bookshelves?
Yeah, and... I'm sorry. But...
We weren't thinking about that to begin with, but weren't you super...
Sorry.
Okay, Paimon sees what you meant now.
A verdade é essa.
Oh, here you are. Did you manage to land a lucky
Let's just get straight to the point. Has anything else happened?
Patience, Paimon. Even as the situation continues to brew, we still need to make sense of what we learned. I'm actually still thinking about the first thing that came to my mind when I noticed something amiss. Namely, why didn't anyone come to me about it?
Oh, that's a good point. Could whatever they're afraid of be so powerful that...
But even if such a thing existed, how could they be so sure without checking with me first? It'd be one thing if it was just one or two people, but it seems like everyone's convinced that I won't be able to help. Which leads me to believe that it's more likely that they think I just wouldn't care to help them.
Por que você esteve trabalhando com ele esse tempo todo?
Yes, something like that. Dugier must have told them something to make them think I won't take... So it became imperative for me to refute that and prove my true stance. Of course, I had originally planned to do this in a more covert way, but I had to improvise when you identified the guy who'd lost his hat with everyone present. There was no way to keep our investigation a secret after that.
That makes sense. Wait, then does that mean it was all Paimon's fault?
Agora que você
The
comentou,
last thing that guy wanted was for Dugier to find out that he'd lost it. He would have never brought the matter up on his own. But now, not only has Dugier found out that he'd lost his hat, he's also realized that we were the ones who found it. That likely set his internal alarms off all at once.
os chapéus devem estar escondendo algo, verdade? Porque quando o cara tirou o chapéu, tava sem o chapéu. Ele tava bem diferente. Se bem que o cara da caixa, ele era esquisito com e sem chapéu, né?
Yes, that's the conclusion I came to as well. It's the only... If we didn't act right then and there, Dugier would probably come up with some other way to hide the truth and we'd be back to... So after giving the matter some thought, I tossed that black gem onto... I must say, I was...
So you did that on purpose?
Yes.
Eu sabia.
Of course, that box was discovered as part of our investigation of the society. I had no way to know if any of the members had actually seen the gem before, but since I had to do something, I decided to gamble.
Então foi essa indireta que você estava falando mais
Right.
cedo?
And I said back there that I had no idea what the gem represented. That should have been enough to let people know that it's still early days for my investigation. And since I was traveling with you, heroes who have never turned a blind eye to... They would also understand that we're here to help, rather than to tolerate or uphold...
You used us as a part of your plan too!
Então foi por isso que você queria que a gente fosse com você.
My apologies. There was no time and quite a lot to explain, so I figured it might be easier to just let you see a few things for
Cara,
yourselves.
vambora,
And I can
vai.
assure you that I've now told you everything there is. Of course, you're under no obligation, but I would really appreciate it if you could continue to lend me your support and help me figure... Would you be willing to lend me your support?
But Paimon's still mad at you!
Tudo bem, tudo que você precisa é de planejamento.
You have my thanks. Now, there are still two outstanding matters in our investigation. The first is the secret. I've examined one before. There was nothing suspicious about the item itself. The other is the true purpose of the black gem. We haven't been able to get anything. It's my hope that a brave fish will take my bait and venture outside of their dark and murky pool. I'll put some music on while we wait.
Quem é que vai aparecer aí? Vamos ver. Deve ser o chefe deles lá, não? Aquele cara lá, que não tava perto de nós agora. Você passa um tempo esperando no escritório.
Excuse me, Your Grace, but may I come in? I'm afraid that someone's been following me.
Membro da Boina.
Please, do.
I apologize for my lack of composure. These two are the guests that came with you to our gathering place, correct?
Ela entrou aqui. Provavelmente aquele chefe pediu para ela entrar de fininho e procurar aquela pedra. Você nos conhece?
Yes, my lover Pessoal told me all about you. Please help us, Your Grace. He's in great danger right now.
E esse cara aqui é o cara do chapéu, que estava dentro do baú.
Slow down, take a deep breath, and start from the top.
I'm sorry, Your Grace. I will try.
You mean when we saw him at the gathering?
Yes, he fled immediately. But many members are hot on his. Thankfully, he still managed to meet up with me and explain everything that had. Now that he's lost Dugier's trust, what awaits him is agonizing censure.
Censure?
Censure is Dugier's method of establishing control, as well as the thing we all fear the most. Rather than listening to me explain what it is, Your Grace, please, just let me show it. Every secret may be found within...
Here you are. I was wondering where you had run off to in such a... Please excuse us, Your Grace. It was never our intention to disturb you like this. You see, Avisa's mental state has been... She rambles often, has hallucinations. It may be best to dismiss her babbling as random gibberish.
I don't recall hearing a knock or giving permission for you to come in.
Verdade.
Oh, my apologies. I merely did not wish for your grace to be alarmed. Had I not been so focused on recovering her, I would have followed all the rules of etiquette to...
Like we believe you.
Sabemos exatamente o que está pensando.
Please, there's no need to be upset. It's only natural to want to side with the poor sick girl, but I know his grace...
Well then, what if the reasonable man wants to hear the lunatic out?
That would be perfectly fine with me. Oh, and just so you know, we've also found the missing Mr. Fasal. I had no idea why he was so upset about losing his hat, really. Thankfully, he has already returned to his senses. We've brought him back to our place, so there's no...
I'm sorry, Your Grace.
This is what you're afraid of, correct? You can tell me...
I've never seen that thing in my life.
Você conhece, você consegue.
Your Grace, I don't think there's anything else she would like to say.
It's all right, Avis. As long as you tell me what it is that you're terrified, no matter what it is, it will no longer be able to hurt you.
Your Grace, forget it. I'll keep my mouth shut.
I'm sorry, Your Grace, but I really don't have anything more to say.
But what?
In that case, Avis and I will be off. Once again, please accept my apologies for disturbing your peacefully.
Miss Avis, please show me your head. That is an order.
Dá a pedra pra ela. A pedra mostra os pensamentos ruins.
There's nothing there.
Your Grace, I know you have long tired of my words, but please believe me when I say, the Society has never caused trouble for you or any of the guards at the fortress. We've spent all of our time working hard. Why are you doing everything in your power to prove our guilt? I'll do anything for you, as long as you give me the word. Why are you so intent on
Your words bore me. You know the consequences if I find...
Everything that I do for the fortress of Meripede. But your grace is welcome to visit us anytime. All right, Avis.
Alguma coisa tem, mas...
Just what's up with that guy? We should have shown him his blood.
Sooner or later, all will pay the price for their arrogance. He must have been well prepared for this exact scenario, or he wouldn't have dared to be so openly hostile. All the more reason for us to be patient. The entire society are his hostages. His subordinates would definitely react if he were taken into custody. And that's why he dared to bare his fangs right in front of me.
Uma coisa é certa, não vamos deixar ele se safar.
The true secret of the society is neither on the hat nor on the members' heads. Dugier probably knew this from the very beginning, which is why he didn't panic. However, if we were to look at the rules, it would also seem like the head has to be the place where they're keeping all of their secrets.
Tá.
Yeah, none of this makes sense to Paimon either.
Onde havia se escondeu o segredo? Boina, cabeça, atitude.
From the way Dugier acted, he must have known from the beginning that we wouldn't be able to find any evidence. I need to think about this a bit more. Just what is Dugier trying?
Cabeça.
But if there's nothing on her head, why did Avis feel the need? I can't seem to make a connect.
Tá.
I have an idea, but...
Eu também.
What is it? Tell Paimon about it.
A Vice não tirou o chapéu para chamar a atenção para a cabeça. Ela só queria tirar a presilha do cabelo dela.
You mean this thing? So, she handed a key piece of evidence over to us without Dugier noticing. That would mean that Avis didn't stay silent out of fear. She states, let me take a look.
Olha só, fala dela, hein? Que isso, hein? Wesley mexe com a presilha por um breve momento.
I managed to remove this from the hair clip. It's long, slender, and conical. It's hollow on the inside.
Tá.
What?
Let's see.
Hey, what are you doing? Wait. Some kind of dark liquid is...
A pedra da lembrança ruim.
And some of it has been absorbed by this thorny-looking thing.
A gema é usada como recipiente para algum tipo de
You've
líquido.
probably heard before that water is filled with the strongest emotions of humanity. With that in mind, this liquid is probably a highly
Oh, so that's why even touching it will make you remember unpleasant things.
Com esse espinho infundido,
Dugier would be able to censure others. I can only imagine how it would feel to have this directly injected. The moment it hits you would be like being flooded with all the terrors you've ever experienced in your life. Agony, desolation, and an overwhelming sense of despair. No wonder they're all so terrified of it.
So, was the hat meant to cover up their wounds?
And that might not even be all. Let's go get... We can't let Dugier escape with all of the evidence.
é o que ele merece. Vá ao local da reunião da Sociedade da Boina.
Too slow.
Tem um cara ali no chão ali, ó.
Look! There's a fallen guard over there! I might see some society members too!
É mesmo a boina lá.
After them.
It's Wriothesley. Run!
Tem que ser outro, esse aqui não pode não. Peguei A, garoto.
Did Dugier send you? Why did you attack that guard?
Come on! It's time to talk! Can't you see that he's trying to...
I will take your cooperation into consideration when it comes time.
But Mr. Dugier, he didn't want this guy to expose our true location. We were just about to dispose of him when you caught up to us.
So, in other words, your headquarters should be this way.
Yes, it's just down this way. You'll make it there once you see...
Guards, take
Agora
them
sim.
away.
Tamo perto, hein?
Let's go. It's about time that we find...
Estamos perto. Salve aí, Edivaldo. Vá até o quartel. Bom, é aqui, né? Temos que descer. O cara vai estar lá provavelmente. Baseado em investigações, os capangas da sociedade e suas vítimas devem estar reunidos aqui. Ele deve ter esperado problemas e preparou um presente de boas-vindas. Portanto, preparativos extensos devem ser feitos antes de prosseguir. O jogo indica um cara de gelo, mas é bom assim mesmo, jogo. Eu vou assim. E é o quartel-general do cara.
There's so much space down here.
Yeah, these are all former work areas. There are usually guards on patrol here. Stay sharp. He's got a ton of surprise.
A gente tem que abrir aquela. Então, eu vou limitar esse que já está apontado para lá. Vou limitar esse. E pronto. Abrimos a porta gigantesca. Eita. Todos que ele escravizou.
I must confess to being furious. To think that there are still some of you who find it permissible. Remember their names. Fasal and Avis. And today you will see with your own eyes what'll happen to those who go on, Avis. Pierce his skull with the thorn in your hands, and then push in the Aqua Dolores. Of course, you will do it one drop at a time. Let it do its magic again, and don't stop until you've pushed.
That's all. I'm sorry.
It's okay. Oh, shut your wretched mouths! When did I give you permission? My rules are the paramount law of this place. Only more pain will come to those who dare to disobey.
That's enough, Dugier. Your rabid screams have been beyond nauseating.
Is that his great?
Oh, Wriothesley. I knew you would come, but I didn't. Must you still refuse to let me be? Did I not spell everything out for you already? What's so blasphemous about sharing a slice of the cake with me when you've already got—
It would seem that you can't see the difference between sharing and looting. And on top of that, look at your people. Are they not starving as you wolf down your—
You. Stop acting all high and mighty like some hero. Have you forgotten? Nobody in this blasted fortress is innocent. We are all irredeemable monsters. What's so wrong about punishing those who deserve to be punished? It's what? And please, are you really gonna tell me that you care about their lives and well-being when you just need a supply of labor to keep this place running?
Sadly, you're wrong on both counts. Unlike you, I've never seen them as— The fortress is not only a place for confinement, but also a place for rebirth. Just as people are free to give in to the darkness within their hearts, they are also free to seek redemption and a new beginning. Our bodies have limits. They may have made mistakes, but they are still human beings with people and things that they— And most importantly, they should always retain the freedom to choose their own path once they've reflected on their past misdeeds. But you're destroying their spirits with fear, taking their freedom away so that they'll become slaves who will never— And you say that's what they've always deserved? He's
really mad.
Ele esteve segurando até agora.
You think me arrogant, Wriothesley. Well, I think you're too young, and not nobody actually sees this fortress as any kind of just a wonderful place. See it for what it is. No prisoner will listen to you out of gratitude of their hearts. The whip is the only way to make them obey. Had you been just one step slower, I would have already taken control of your vision. Gives you strength. But how long will it hold against these powerful—
You talk big, but in the end, you know nothing outside of power and control. In that case, let me give you—
Treta.
Stabilize. I will have order.
Midnight Phantasmagoria.
Squall Fury.
Fala dele, fala dele.
Cry louder.
O bicho é imortal, é?
Gather.
I'm going in.
This is order.
Wings of darkness. Come, sever night from
Have a seat.
Que isso, hein? Então tome.
If you think fear can control everything, well then, terrify me.
Don't high road me. You're just another crook. And it's time you got treated like one.
Eita.
the matter? Too scared to shoot straight?
I'm warning you. Unauthorized punishment and torture are prohibited here. As the Duke, you should set an example.
Funny how that slipped my mind. Well, from this point on, you can forget about that rule. The rules of the fortress are there to keep the likes of you in check. But if the Duke wants somebody dead, he needs no justification. Understood?
Ô, louco. Os guardas resgatam os membros. E matou ele mesmo, será? Wesley passa muito tempo com cada membro, os confortando e entendendo suas desculpas. Em seguida, ele faz preparativos para acompanhar o trabalho de cuidados médicos e limpeza. O problema chega ao fim. Rapaz. O cara tinha todo um plano, hein? Toda uma organização
Sorry for
sólida.
taking so long. Did I keep you waiting?
No, not at all. Paimon didn't know you were so considerate.
If you ask me, I'd say I actually feel very helpless. There's no way that I could truly empathize. I could comfort and compensate them all I want, but it might still not be enough to I have to take responsibility for it, as does the fortress.
Pelo menos conseguimos impedir que tudo isso piorasse.
Yeah. It's the...
So, do you have a plan for how you're gonna deal with him yet?
Oh, Dugier? For now, I think I'll do nothing.
Huh? What?
I think it's a very fitting punishment for him to have to imagine the sorts of punishments that will soon be coming. He'll be left in the dark with regards to both the dates and the details of his punishment. Of course, that's not to say that I'll be letting him off scot-free. It's not often that I actually get the chance to be creative. I'm going to talk to the members of the Society. He'll get a chance to experience everything that he's ever inflicted on them.
Boa ideia.
Paimon didn't know you could also be so harsh. Looks like she should watch.
Why do you think I'd do that kind of thing to you? You offend me, Paimon. Anyway, jokes aside, thank you so much for all the... How about this? I'll treat you to a meal in 2 days at the Coupon Cafeteria.
No, Paimon's had enough of that place.
Don't worry, it won't be the same old welfare meal.
Oh, then you've got yourself a...
Tá bom.
I was an orphan, adopted by a couple with a great deal of love in their hearts. I had many siblings, and once we were older, Mom and Dad would turn us over to be individually adopted by families of greater means, and go on to adopt more. They were perfect parents. Or so I thought.
And then?
And then, I found out we were merely raised as livestock. Once we had reached a certain age, our parents would bring us to the market for sale. All children that were sold would leave the house, and nobody would know what became of them. As for those who didn't sell, they were merely... Did you know I once considered myself an extremely lucky child? And all of my... I was also not the first to find out about the truth. All those who found out before me were simply added to the disposal pile. I could never shake the feeling of irony every time I juxtaposed their tragic ends against our parents' adoring smiles.
Então você também estava com raiva, pois?
Yes. Like the Society, my parents created a facade of joy, lied to satiate their desires, and even employed incredibly... They did all of that, but never considered how their actions would utterly ruin all the children they took under their wing. But I did. So in the end, I killed them and set all of the remaining children free. I was convicted for my crimes and exiled to the fortress of Merit.
Fez bem, é verdade essa.
My methods were extreme, yes. But I was still a teenager at the time. I'd been betrayed by those I trusted most. And I didn't think my doubt and helpless anger pushed me forward until I got what I deserved.
Eu não sei o que
It's
dizer.
all right. You don't have to tell me what you think. I've already committed to this path, regardless of what... The least I can do is to make sure that the same tragedy will not happen again.
Sorry to disturb you, everyone.
Oh, it's a
It was all because you arrived in time. I managed to
É
escape.
bom ouvir isso.
We came here on impulse today, because we were hoping that you'd be able to...
Please, go on right ahead. I'll do my best.
It's... I'd like to be...
You're getting married?
Yeah, We met each other through the Society and both fell into... But even during our time there, we never doubted each other. We always believed that Dugier was manipulated. And after this incident, we've come to believe...
You could say we managed to make the best out of a bad situation. He didn't abandon me, and I didn't but we're still both prisoners. And we also aren't sure if the fortress is the best place to host, so we are just wondering, is our request a bit too out of line?
You're right in that the fortress is never hosted, but that's no reason to say no, is it? I'll help you make the arrangements. If you need anything special shipped...
We can't thank you enough. We are actually also planning to stay here after the conclusion of...
Yeah, we've already made tons of special memories here. And we have full confidence in the fortress's future with you at the helm.
Your trust is the highest form of
Hey, loosen up a bit! Shouldn't you be the happiest man in Teyvat to hear that people would like to...
Yeah. I'll always take a genuine expression of faith over any obligation to obey.
Tipo, elogiaram ele, o governo dele. Vão se casar aqui ainda. Que isso? Foi mal. Finalizamos a missão com um final esclarecedor sobre a história do Wesley. Que história, hein, meu parceiro? Triste. Depois ele se vingou. Eu não julgo ele, não. Ah, a verdade é essa. Que doideira. Bom, pelo jeito terminamos, né? Top de linha a missão dele, principalmente contando a história dele no final ali, né? E amanhã a gente inicia a missão da Furina, né? Deixa eu ver aqui. Essa aqui... Não, peraí. Não, não é esse aqui não, gente. É aqui, ó. Furina. Essa aqui eu quero fazer. Porque, tipo, ela sumiu, né? É isso. Bom, amanhã a gente volta. Espero que vocês tenham gostado. Se puder, deixar o like. Muito obrigado. E até o próximo vídeo.